So, what's up guys? Welcome to another Tier 0 Sneaker Channel video. Just coming off the back of watching The Last Dance on Netflix, which I'm sure anybody who is any form of sneakerhead or likes basketball has seen. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it right now, because it's one of the best documentaries, docu-series that I've seen in a while. Really good, really inspirational. You get a lot from it, you see a lot of passion in there, especially if you know like MJ as a player. So 100% go check that out. And after watching that, I was inspired to just talk a little bit about, like that's kind of what got me into shoes, and talk about where my passion stems from, and probably what a lot of people can relate to. So in the documentary, they talk a lot about Jordan and his team, most notably Scottie Pippen, who I have had the utmost pleasure of actually meeting. I met Scottie in 2012 at the Brixton Basketball Festival that Nike held down there that year. I got an invitation to go down and was fortunate enough. I didn't purposely go to meet him. It just happened that me and a couple of friends met him there, and he was such a cool, humble guy, and one of the greatest players to ever play. He was Jordan's right hand man in most people's eyes. He stepped up when Jordan wasn't there, as you see in the documentary. So, and being a Pippen fan, I've got a lot of his shoes, which I've spoke about in previous videos, but I just wanted to just talk a little bit about. So you've got the Jordan 11 96 playoff shoe, and you've got the More Up Tempo, which is also so you've got Michael Jordan's playoff shoe, you've got Pippen's playoff shoe. I don't have a pair of Rodman's Indestructs. So if anybody's seen, Rodman wore the Nike Air Shake Indestructs that year as well. So three massive sort of legendary silhouettes on court that year. And I've read a few interviews that Scottie's done talking about these shoes, and how this shoe in particular was so bold and kind of was different. He said that a lot of people looked at this more than they looked at Jordan's signature shoe, which was unique at the time. You had the Concorde colorway, was when like they put the Concorde, they put the patent leather on the Concorde shoe for the whole tuxedo look. And yeah, so Pippen sort of says in an interview how his shoes were getting more sort of spotlight and more recognition in compared to Jordan's, which wasn't usually the case. Jordan's known for wearing these retro shoes that are still massively influential even today. We're talking like 15 years ago nearly. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about them. So these came when they started the playoffs that year, which was just the start of the second three-peat. And the Bulls were kind of famous for going against the grain a little bit, I guess. They were very arrogant, and they would wear these black shoes with black socks, which was completely sort of unnatural at the time. The teams wore white socks and mostly sort of white shoes, and the Bulls came out with black socks, black shoes, just to completely switch it up. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about these. I will keep it short and sweet as always. I don't want to waste too much time, but I thought I would share a little bit of passion and love for The Last Dance and two of the greatest players to ever play the game. I just brought to say as well, because I actually read up on this after reading about they talk about the dream team of '92 at Barcelona, and then they talk about how Jordan didn't sign up to go to the '96 Olympics, where he would have probably debuted the Jordan 11 Olympic, which doesn't really exist. Would have been nice to see, but Pippen did go back to the USA team in '96 and famously worn this Olympic colourway, which is coming out again, I think, later this year. So if you are after a pair of these, keep your eyes on the forums, on the websites. They are making a comeback. I probably won't bother getting them again. I've got these ones. These are the 2016 ones, so these would have been the 20th anniversary from the 96 Olympics in Atlanta. Yeah, so yeah, really nice shoes, you know, super different. You guys have seen these before. I talk a lot about this shoe, one of my favourite silhouettes. And yeah, I just wanted to put a little video out talking a little bit about them, and you know, they're massively influential shoes. If anybody's got a pair of these, you know. And yeah, just share a little bit of love about them. So that was it, real quick. Always, it's a pleasure. Like and subscribe, please. It's much appreciated. I appreciate all the passion and the love you guys show for me doing this. And yeah, hit me up on Instagram at baggylaces if you don't already know. And stay safe, guys. Peace. Safe.